Dems. Many Dems. Wish death on me, Lord, I don't cry anymore. Don't look to the sky anymore. Have mercy on me, have mercy on their souls. Somewhere their hearts turned cold. Have mercy on many Dems. Many Dems. Wish death on me. Some days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain.
Yeah, no, man. You already know exactly what time it is. We're back here to serve some more Game on the Ground from Hungry Hounds. We just got the pound and are ready for the next rounds. With that being said, make sure you grab your snacks, your drinks, your weed, whatever the fuck the case may be, because we finna jump right into this bitch. So you guys can see the title of this episode, this topic, this live, whatever the fuck it is that you want to call it. Go ahead and make sure that the audio is straight, in which it is. Fresh and Fit discuss Fresh and Fit as plural discuss Alex Pereira allegations. Fuck, I can't talk tonight, bro. So with that being said, this is going to be one hell of a ride. You know, we've all heard about the bullshit that this whore is accusing Alex Pereira of doing. Some of the shit that I've heard that she says is fucking wild, saying that it happened, but we all know damn well that Alex Pereira has too much going for himself for him to sit there and worry about raping the OnlyFans whore and doing this and doing that. So what it do. We all know Alex Pereira has too much going for himself right now to worry about forcing himself upon an OnlyFans whore and ruining his shit. He said, need timestamp. If you want to, I was going to start from whenever they started talking, you know, after the intro and all that shit. But yeah. So with that being said, I got this shit. Oh shit, I need to get this shit pulled up real quick too. Let me go ahead and boom, just like that. And then bam, just like that. All right. Let me go ahead and change the there we go. I don't know if I like it like that or like this. I think we'll probably do it like this. All right, so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into this shit. We've got it pulled up, as you can see. So I've got my snack and or food. I guess you could call this shit a whole ass fucking meal. But I got my food right here. Got my drink right here. Got my fucking chips and my dip over here as well. Man, we finna be lit. So that being said, let's get this shit in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it.
And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, regular edition. It's Wednesday. We're going to be talking about a very important topic today that's kind of been going on for a few years now with accusations and the whole Me Too movement. Actually, yeah, a few years actually, for a while. Yeah. Anyway, quick announcement before we get into the show, guys. Rumble.com/Fresh and Fit, as you guys know, that is the home base for us, man, and CascleClub.tv. You know, if you want to support free speech, support us, guys, or support us on Rumble and on Castle Club, because Castle Club is our subscription service, but it is run by Rumble pretty much. Castle Club and Rumble are the same thing, guys. And at the end of the day, that's how you fight against free speech. For some of you guys that are unaware, Rumble and X have gotten together and are launching a lawsuit against Google, okay? And their advertiser cabal that they've been running for a while, where they basically boycott certain platforms and keep them from getting advertisers. They've had monopoly on this for a while. I mean, we talked about it actually when Chris was last year, in detail. Please go check out that episode if you guys want. But I know some of you guys are wondering, like, hey, well, Myron, how does that affect us? We're just a consumer. Why does that matter? Well, guys, the reason why that matters is because they're able to effectively restrict content and restrict free speech on big platforms. And what ends up happening is it's a form of silence, guys. It's a form of censorship, because if you tell people that, hey, look, we're not going to push advertiser dollars to this certain content creator, what ends up happening is that creator can't tell you guys what they really want to say, or they can't be as free. They got to create subscription services or whatever it may be to be able to say what they want to say. And that drastically reduces the amount of information out there that isn't approved by certain individuals, if you know what I'm saying. So it creates a lot of issues, man. It infringes on our First Amendment right. It infringes on free speech. Yeah. And what it ends up doing is it covertly is a form of censorship, whether it's demonetization, shadow banning, etc. They're all less overt ways to censor individuals, man. So, guys,
you can call it shadow banning to the highest degree. You can call it.
Yeah, because when they take away advertisers, that's how they effectively stop the platform from pushing forward. And that's what they did to X. That's what they've done to Rumble. I'm glad that Elon Musk and Chris Podolsky are stepping up and suing these guys. And I hope they win because this has been a problem for a very long time because in the United States, and I'll go over this a little bit real quick with you guys. Since we have the First Amendment here, they can't overtly just tell you, we're going to cancel you or whatever it may be. What they do is play the ADL, Media Matters, a lot of these watchdog organizations, that's what they call themselves, of course. What they do is they tell platforms, are you aware that XYZ creator is spreading hate on your platform, blah, blah, blah. And what ends up happening is that makes a platform scared because they're worried that advertisers are going to pull ads. If they pull ads, that's how they're able to make money, guys. The reason why YouTube is free and a lot of these platforms are free is thanks to advertisers. So if these watchdog platforms come in and say, well, you support XYZ creator and they're putting out hateful speech on your platform, we're going to tell XYZ advertisers, they immediately cancel that creator, they demonetize that creator, etc. That's how you end up with bans and terminations. That's how it works in the United States. In other places, the government just straight up sends a letter, hey, or like they did with Russell Brand in the UK, or is this individual monetized on your platform, blah, 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 and then they'll ban right there in other countries where free speech isn't a thing. But in the United States, the way they get around it is they have these left-wing organizations that act as watchdogs, right? And they put pressure on platforms saying that we're going to pull your advertisers. And that's how they get around it. That's what they do on many of the big platforms that you guys see, all the social media platforms. The reason why they're free is because of advertisers, guys, and that's how they threaten them. So I'm really glad that Rumble and X are stepping up and fighting this problem, this institutionalized problem that's been going on for several years since really the emergence of social media. Because now that people are going to X for alternative media, people are going to Rumble for alternative media, etc., the advertisers see what's going on and they want to control the flow of information. So we definitely need to join in this fight.
And shout to Rumble because they made a whole platform called Rumble Studio to give you free ads from other people as well. I want to support free speech. Shout to Rumble as well for doing I believe Be Naked, Positive, and as well coffee as well. 75.
Yeah, so now that's guys, so that's the problem, man. That's the issue. And we know this for a fact, like conservative creators are restricted way more than left-wing creators. When Elon took over X, he literally said this, like something along the lines of like conservative creators were censored 4 times as much as left-wing creators. So there's an agenda here, guys. There's absolutely an agenda. I'm glad that they're putting light to it. I'm glad that this lawsuit is coming out, and hopefully we can fight back against censorship, because that's what's going on right now, and it affects you because if they censor your favorite creators, well, you're going to have to go to alternative places to find them, and then they won't be able to necessarily make content to the same degree, or they're going to have to dilute their message to be able to continue to stay on, right? There's a reason why we can't say everything we want to say when we're on certain platforms, guys. We can do it on Rumble and on Castle Club, but we have to obviously tailor certain things based on where we are. And that kind of sucks, man, because that is a form of censorship, and it blows because you guys can't get the full information that you guys want, right? We can't be as transparent as we want to be sometimes. We try, but depending on where you're at, you have to abide by their rules, unfortunately.
But shout out to Rumble for having Chama and being there, being brave, because a lot of platforms came into the scene and they couldn't fight that monopoly. But Rumble came in, X came in, and they're fighting to go fight for us. So go support them as well, because that's huge, guys. So if they win this battle, they'll be for all the conservative creators and as well X-rated creators.
Yeah, everybody, man.
Yeah.
So that's why I spend most of my time on X. Actually, us getting banned on Instagram was kind of a blessing in disguise, because on X I spend a lot of my time there nowadays. I tweet a bunch. I'm doing spaces, everything else like that. So make sure to check me out on Unplugged for X, guys. I cover a bunch of different things on there that I might not necessarily cover on YouTube. A lot of political content that I have on there too. I talk about geopolitics, what's going on. I've covered the World War III situation that we got potentially going on here in detail. We also covered it on Monday on the news with Suleiman. But if you guys want updates, everything else like that, I'm over there. But anyway, I actually talked about this topic too a couple of days ago. Yeah, go check me out over there, guys, on Unplugged X on X. We're growing quickly, man. We're getting like almost 1,000 followers a day, so people are really enjoying it. I'm getting quite a bit of engagement on there. It's a good time. Anyway, you want to talk about today's topic? You came up with this topic, Fresh.
Yeah, so I was in Barbados, man. Just
that's why we're late. Sorry, guys.
And getting things done. And actually, man, I got a lot of shit done over there for the podcast, and as well the yacht party coming soon as well. August 10th, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. We're going to be doing out of Florida, guys. We're going to drop
this Saturday
an email for you guys with the new address out of Florida. Pull up there around 8:30ish, so we get ready early, and then leave up by like 9:30.
What time is the boat departing?
We'll leave at like 9:30.
9:30 the boat's departing.
Yeah.
So guys, get there 8:39.
So if you got a ticket, I'll send you an email either tonight or tomorrow showing you the actual address. I'll see you guys there. And then as well, this topic came up because I was on Twitter, actually, on X, and I saw this going viral where, like, this girl's accusing Alex of being, like, this actual, like, rapist. And I'm like, hold on, I just watched this guy fight in the UFC as a champion. He won, of course, and I'm like, this guy gets laid all day. He's the champion. Like, why does he have to go and grape you if this is even true? And then we'll get into it, of course. But like, this is almost like another case we saw earlier with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, where we're like, there's accusations that were being said, but was it actually true? And it's funny because in these scenarios here with these two couples, for example, a man and woman, one being accused, one is obviously doing for malicious intent, and it's clear to see who's doing that right now. So we'll get into that today, and that's topic for today's topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, support Rumble, man, because
yeah. So before we get into the topic at hand, some of you guys might not be familiar with UFC or watch UFC, so let's go ahead and pull up his Wikipedia real quick so you guys know who he is. Here's Alex Pereira. Alexandro Silva Pereira is a Brazilian professional mixed martial artist and former kickboxer. He currently competes in a light heavyweight division in the UFC, where he is the current UFC light heavyweight champion and former UFC middleweight champion. He is the 9th fighter in UFC history and the first to become champion in both the middleweight and light heavyweight divisions of the organization. In kickboxing, he is a former Glory middleweight and light heavyweight champion, and is the first and only fighter to have held Glory ties in 2 weight classes simultaneously. Pereira also competed in promotions such as It's Showtime and Super Combat Fighting Championship in kickboxing, and for Jungle Fight and Legacy Fighting Alliance in MMA. As of July 2nd, 2024, he is the number 2 in the UFC men's pound-for-pound rankings. Pereira is the only known fighter to be a 2-division world champion in MMA kickboxing and is regarded as one of the greatest combat athletes of all time. So why do I say that, man? And he's ranked number 1 in the kickboxing middleweight and light heavyweight rankings in February 2021. He was ranked number 1. So why do I say that, guys? Well, the guy's an accomplished fighter, extremely successful, very well off, obviously top of the line in his discipline to this day, matter of fact. So I find it interesting how accusations almost always come when you're on top. It never fails. It's like you're doing something good. Oh yeah, this person did XYZ to me, blah blah blah. So when you have any commentary?
When he lost to Adesanya, this didn't happen. He lost before this didn't happen, but all of a sudden he won. Actually, we were in Vegas when we saw this fight. Actually, he won the fight, and out of random, just like talking to the girls, this comes out, and it's crazy because look at it from the point of view of him being the top champion, a fighter, as regular what he does from Brazil, I believe, Chama. He actually won, and then a few weeks later, he gets his accusation, and almost like someone that we know very well, Andrew Tate, all of a sudden, fighter, well accomplished, successful. And then you're like, think to yourself, like, hold on. He's tall, good looking, pause, and successful. He can get any girl he wants. Why would he have to even go down that path of doing that? Makes no sense to us. But then again, the woke culture is, oh, I see the opportunity where I can get my way into some money or some status. I'll learn somebody to give myself fame and indirectly benefit myself and my family. But again, for a girl's point of view, he's tall, successful, handsome. Why would he have to grab somebody? Makes no sense to me, but hey, that's what it is.
It's wild. Actually, it is wild. So let's go ahead and pull up her videos. This girl.
Oh man.
Yo, by the way,
she made a couple.
See, that's one thing I will say is that when you on top and you doing what you're supposed to do. I just got shit. I got the hiccups. Hold up, y'all. When you on top and you doing what you're supposed to do, and when I say on top, I mean like fucking successful on top, not the on top that you fucking weirdo ass fat folks be thinking. But when you on top and you doing what you're supposed to do, there's gonna be people who will come after you, who will try to tear you down and try to defame you for their own personal gain or public gain, monetary gain, whatever. They will try and do everything that they possibly can. And it sucks because it's shit that you got to go through as somebody that's on top. But as long as you truly didn't do it, you're going to make it through it. You just have to stay the fucking course. Let the people who are supposed to handle it, and you're going to make it through to the other side. I mean, just look. Alex hasn't spoken once on it yet, as far as I know. And the bitch has already started crumbling from what I understand. But we're going to see how bad it is. The extent to how bad it is on her end and how much she's crashing out. But yeah, just remember that if your goal is to get on top of the fucking world without the help of the industry, the help of the matrix, then guess what? You're gonna have these allegations coming at you. At one at one point in time, you're gonna have these. At a certain point in time, you're gonna have these allegations come at you, and it's gonna suck. That's part of weathering the storm, and it's a part of just staying the course and fucking riding it out. But let's keep on going, man. I'm about to bust open these chips because them hosts are good as fuck right now.
Well, TikTok's about this,
Does anyone
guys.
know
This is where this broke.
What chama means when he says chama? He explained it recently, I believe.
I have no idea. What does it mean?
That PEREIRA. You know what it means, Mo?
The Venezuelan term?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No.
Well,
He's from Brazil, but he's in like a different way. It's almost like a swag to him. He says, like you do something like chama, you do something like with swag. That's what he was saying on an interview.
I didn't know.
You didn't know? Oh,
Mo doesn't know.
there you go.
Do you know?
That's what I heard. It's like a swag, like chama, like it's almost like you're using their swag instead of like chama.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It's like a sentence enhancer.
Yeah, there you go. That's just like key word to say chama.
Okay. All right.
coming-
TTS. Go ahead. What?
Like let's go, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Good.
WFNF. I just started the affiliate program and my IG account was cancelled. Tears of joy. We need to keep people like Elon and Chris supporting free speech. Invested in the Rumble stock and will continue to promote your work. W Castle Club and all the ninja there.
You want to address this Instagram crap? I didn't talk about it with Suleiman.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't talk about because you weren't here.
Yeah.
You have
So
most of the info.
apparently,
Wait, are we gonna deviate from the topic, or do you want to do it after?
this is a slight deviation. So we've been targeted, guys, but
This is gonna be a big deviation if we want to go through the full story here.
well.
Do you want to cover this first, then do
I'll
the?
give you the intro and you finish it off. So basically, guys, we're being attacked by
shit, okay,
hackers
we're going.
online,
Okay.
and they've been targeting our pages, multiple other creators' pages for ransom, and we've been extorted. So basically, what's happening here is hackers were paid to ban our pages, and they're like, if you want the page back, pay us 10, 20, 50, 40K, whatever that amount is, get your page back, and they'll do this ban you again, and then extort you again. So it's almost like a whole Instagram meta like extortion ring where like employees are involved and also these hackers. And as a result, we were targeted 4 months ago, as you guys saw, our pages were down for cybersecurity and being terrorists. And then I'm like, hold on, we just post cars, some girls, maybe some random thoughts, and then we're banned because
I literally watch y'all as if y'all were the daily news at this point. Y'all are so diverse. I'm 23 and I make 60K a year and I make an extra 20K at my second job. Should I live on my own instead of my parents at this point?
bring it up one more time, Bills. He's with his parents right now, making 20. How much a year? 60K a year. Bro, also as long as possible with my parents, bro, before I move out. I will get money.
I literally watch y'all as if y'all were the daily news at this point. Y'all are so diverse. I'm 23 and I make 60K a year and I make an extra 20K at my second job. Should I?
Actually, for your age, what I would say though, bro, is if you can, as long as possible, rack your money up, and I'll get property myself once I move out. I'll make a down payment. Let's say FHA, first time home buyer. So let's say you need 2% down, which is not a lot. I'll have like at least 3 to 4 down payments like that. So I have a good head start when I get my first property, and then from there I would move out full time. But again, so as long as possible as you can in your parents' home, save that money up, and then get your first property, preferably a multifamily with multiple doors, and put 3% down. Do that 4 times. That's a good start and a good nest egg for your future as well. That's what I would do. Okay. But yeah, continuing on from what I said earlier about the actual banning, so to speak. So it wasn't Instagram directly. It was more like hackers that gave a false reason for us to be banned. And as a result, they targeted our main page, our actual Fresh and Fit page, some of our, obviously, as you know, Chris' page as well. And it's weird because like you were banned for some random reason. It's like, hold on, that makes no sense. And then these people extorted because they asked you for money to get your page back. And I'm like, wait, hold on a second here. We're terrorists? What part of us are terrorists, bro? Like, it makes no sense. So, guys, just so you know, it wasn't Instagram per se. It was the hackers that gave a false reason, a false flag for it. So we can get it back for sure. Like, I got my page back. But then again, One was arrested recently. You guys might have saw no Jumper News. What's his name again?
All right, let me go over this.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I said if we were going to deviate here, but let me just. Okay. So let me explain this to you guys so you guys completely understand this fully. Okay. There is a nefarious underground ring of scumbags that take down Instagram accounts and then extort you to get your account back. Prices can be anywhere from $1,000 all the way to $100,000, depending on the size of the account, the size of the influencer, etc. Okay. It's a nefarious ring that's been going on for fucking years where they literally ban you and then they say, yo, if you want to go ahead and get your account back, you got to pay XYZ to get your account back, right? And there's a couple of individuals involved, right, that do this, right? And it's basically a black market that does this, right? And it's really bad with Meta, right? And they do it through Instagram. And the reason why they do this is because they understand a lot of people, thankfully for us, we don't really we're not dependent upon Instagram like that, but a lot of influencers are. So they know that they can go ahead and get their money paid by doing this. There's a piece of shit named Idris Kiba, aka Unlocked. Yes, I'm naming you by name, you fucking scumbag, okay? That recently got arrested by the FBI approximately 2 weeks ago, okay? The U.S. Marshals went ahead and picked him up at his house in Las Vegas, Nevada for this, right? And they arrested him on a criminal complaint.
Marshal.
And if we could pull it up real quick here. This guy went ahead and did an interview on No Jumper, right? A couple months back where he literally detailed how he extorts people on Instagram to get their accounts back. He self-snitched on himself.
Yeah.
And this interview was actually used as evidence against him in the criminal complaint when the FBI picked him up a couple of weeks ago, right? I think they picked him.
Bro, you can't make this dumb shit up. You know, the shit that you are involved in is illegal. But you go on the internet bragging about it and you give off literally a detailed description on what you do and how you do it. And then wonder, why the fuck did I get arrested for? I didn't do shit. Dumbass, you just gave a detailed description on the illegal ass shit that you just did. You can't make it up. This is the retardation that we deal with in this fucking generation, bro. The retardation in this generation is real. You can't make it up.
Him up on like July 24th or 25th or whatever it may be. Right now, he's actually being held with no bond and he extorted a bunch of people and threatened violence against them if you read the court documents, which I actually did. I think the charge that they got him on, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a BS charge, guys. But they did it just to get him arrested, and then more because obviously there was a time circumstance here. Did they indict him too? Okay, so boom. A federal grand jury in Las Vegas returned an indictment Tuesday charging Las Vegas resident with sending threatening text messages to injure and kill two people and their families in California. Idris Kiba, 28, is charged with 2 counts of interstate communications. Yep, that's what the charge was. Which, guys, is kind of like a catch-all charge. But I predict that they're going to go ahead and do a superseding indictment where he's going to get hit with way more significant charges very soon. Keep in mind that they went ahead and filed a criminal complaint because criminal complaints. If you guys watch me on Fair Reacts, I've explained this in detail. But to sum it up, criminal complaints are a very quick way to get someone arrested in the federal system and get them into custody, okay? Whenever you have an exigent circumstance like this where someone's life or safety is in danger, you're going to go ahead and get the charge that you can quickly prove and get that person arrested via criminal complaint and put him in jail, which they did here. So now they formally indicted him, which in the United States, you need to be indicted by a grand jury of your peers federally and in most states in the United States to be formally charged. Pull up that US DOJ gov thing one more time. So he actually got indicted now, which was, when did this come out? August 7th. Okay, literally today. So they indicted him today. He's charged with 2 counts of interstate communication and arraignment, and plea hearing is scheduled before United States Magistrate Judge Brenda N. Wexler on Friday, August 16, 2024. He was previously charged by a criminal complaint on July 23rd, 2024, and he remains in custody. I predict he's probably not going to get out of custody, guys, because the nature of the charges and the fact that he was threatening to hurt people. So he obviously is going to be not only just a flight risk, but a danger to community. And that's typically the 2 main things that they look for at any bond hearing. According to allegations contained in the court documents on July 19, 2024, Kiba sent text messages containing threats to injure and kill a victim and members of the victim's family. Later on July 24th, Kiba sent text messages containing threats to injure and kill another victim. If convicted, Kiba faces a maximum sentence of 5 years confinement and a $250,000 fine on each count. A federal district court judge will determine any sentence after considering the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. United States Attorney Jason M. Fierson for the District of Nevada and Special Agent in Charge Spencer L. Evans for the FBI Las Vegas office made the announcement. FBI Las Vegas field office and Beverly Hills Police Department are investigating the case. And that's the press release that was there. So this guy got formally indicted, thank God. and he's in jail. I don't predict that he's going to get bond. I hope he doesn't. But he outlined all of his criminal activity in this interview on No Jumper, like the idiot that he is.
Fucking
Also,
retard,
a clip
bro.
of him as well saying it
Fucking
on
retard.
Instagram. Can you bring it up real quick, Mo or Bills?
I think that's about the only time that No Jumper has actually done some good. I think it's the only time that Adam's bitch ass has ever done anything good. Is getting this hoe ass dude arrested. Other than that, it's just nothing but bullshit. But this dude is retarded, bro. You can't make it up. You can't make it up.
So,
this
I
is
didn't
crazy,
talk to
bro.
this guy, but he talked to Fresh quite a bit. And he was, extorting Fresh, saying that he took her accounts down and we need to pay XYZ amount of money, etc.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that this guy's in custody. But yeah, guys, we basically got banned on Instagram because a lot of the times these people have direct connects with Meta and they'll pay these people at Meta to get accounts banned. It happens very often and with big accounts, right? So that's what went
this
down
has
here.
been happening for years, though.
Yeah.
It's
been
not
a problem
anything,
for a long
anything
time.
new. Just that it's been on the spotlight now for a couple of days because of this guy. But then again, like it's almost like if like you as a creator, if you're making content online, especially Instagram, you're target because they can just target your page, ban it, and then if you need your page for work, then what are you gonna do? You know, so that's kind of the running theme here. But this guy is a fucking scumbag because he goes all the way down to threatening you to your life and your family, on your address as well. So it's really far where he goes. But here's a clip we have, Bills, if you don't mind.
Influencers as part of an online business to block and unlock their accounts. They say Idris Kibe ran this site, unlockedforlife.com, and they say as part of it, he allegedly extorted subscribers to get access to their accounts and then threaten them. A judge ordered him held in jail until his trial. The FBI arresting a man in Las Vegas for
within those screenshots. There's over $150,000 right there between three people.
But when you say paying to get their address deleted off my story, what are you doing? Why are you in the business of extorting people like that, like airing out their privacy and then trying to demand a ransom? That's what you're talking about?
So when you look at it on the surface, 100% what you said is right and sounds right. Correct. So it's like for us, when somebody comes to us and they end up in the situation where they're paying us monthly for their account back, right? For me, I have a couple options. It's like I can sit there and keep deleting their account, doing this, that, whatever. And then it's like, what's the most valuable thing to you is where you live. What's the most private thing? You're a trapper. You know what I mean? Like you sell drugs.
Right.
End of the day, as much as anybody that's going to watch this is going to hate to hear it, this, that, or the other. It's like within those screenshots.
That's it. For now.
And this guy was making $600,000 a month doing this, extorting people, and then forcing them to it's basically modern mafia tactics of extortion, right? Where it's like you got to pay me to keep your account up, essentially. So that's what he did. For a very long time, he took our accounts down, tried to extort us to pay, and we're like, no. And that's what ended up happening, and that's why our accounts have been down since fucking March, man. It's ridiculous.
But my thing is, like, if you're making all that money, why go on a podcast to talk about it?
Because idiot.
I will lay low.
Because he's
bro.
retarded.
Like, clout. That's literally what it comes down to. Like a lot of these dudes, they just want to be able to have some power over influencers, and that's what they do. So yeah, he admitted to all this crap on No Jumper like an idiot, and he's in jail now. Rightfully so. And here's the thing: we're gonna absolutely fucking pursue this guy to the furthest extent of the law, absolutely, and work to get our accounts back. But now you guys know why we've been banned for literally almost 4 or 5 months now. We haven't talked about it, but since this guy is arrested, yeah, this is what happened.
But there's more guys too as well. Not just him.
Oh, dude, he's done this to hundreds of people, guys.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's more hackers too.
Oh yeah, there's more hackers.
Yeah,
but but he was the main guy.
Yeah.
And we know for a fact that he's responsible for taking our accounts down, specifically. He would brag about it, etc. Fresh got his account back, and then boom, next thing you know, it's down, and the fucking guy was bragging about taking it down, etc. As you guys saw, Fresh's account was down, it was back up.
Yeah.
And then within hours, this fucking guy said, "You gotta pay me, or else blah blah blah," and then it went down right after. So that's the game, man. That's the issue with Meta. It's fucking corrupt. So that's now you guys know what went down. We haven't talked about it for months, but since this ass clown got arrested and it's out there, might as well put it out there and let you guys know that we absolutely were extorted by this ass clown too, or he tried to at least, and it didn't work. So I'm glad that he's in jail. I'm glad that the FBI got him. It's just for you guys that are wondering like about that charge, it's a pretty simple charge to prove. He's definitely going to get found guilty. That's a fact. There's witnesses that are going to testify against him, so he's fucking done. And what I predict is more than likely they're going to do something called a superseding indictment, which is going to be a revised and stronger indictment on even more serious charges. That's what I predict. The reason why they went ahead and did the criminal complaint, like I said, he threatened people's lives. When you threaten people's lives, you need to get him in jail quickly. They file a criminal complaint, get him picked up, do an indictment, because you got to indict within 14 days in most jurisdictions. And then what they're going to do is that buys them time to write a more heavier indictment with more serious charges, where I predict they're going to probably hit him with formal extortion charges, etc. And that's going to really put him away for decades, which I hope they fucking do.
I have a feeling that he's going to snitch, but he probably wasn't the main guy. It's probably somebody bigger than him.
No, he's the main guy. He's gonna get hit with enhancements of leader of the organization, etc. He's the absolute main guy.
Behind the scenes, though,
he's the main guy. Yeah, I mean, he could cooperate and get other people in, but he's gonna have to probably take the main rap as the head of the organization, which is an enhancement in most jurisdictions federally.
Okay.
But yeah, either way, man. This is a problem that's been going on in Facebook for a very long time. So yeah, or Meta in general.
Cool. Okay.
Anyway, so now you guys know.
Yeah. Now you know.
So going back to the topic at hand, we're going to go back to Alex Pereira. So this girl, right, that made these accusations, she made a series of TikTok videos
and posts. Yeah.
Yeah. We can go ahead and play some of these videos.
Some deleted, some
and react
still
to
up.
them. Oh, she deleted some of them?
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
I saw 3 originally.
Yeah. All right.
Did she delete them all?
She tried to, but someone obviously people always record and keep
they
content.
started cooking. Yeah.
So here's the first video. And it's crazy because her friend or his friend is involved with this. I think it might be a translator. She mentions a bunch of times here. I believe his name is Mel.
Yeah,
we'll
his
get into
manager.
it.
FY, this girl's on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know.
Yeah.
So,
take
what you want with that information.
Go figure.
All right, go ahead.
There we go.
Clear also that picture that I posted where everyone is saying that it looks like I'm a fan that asked him to take a picture with me. I did not ask for that picture. I asked for no pictures. I didn't know who this man was. My friend asked for pictures with him after asking me to record her sparring with him. And then he asked on everyone that I know and love's life, he asked for pictures with me. I did not ask for those pictures. He asked his...
Anytime someone says, oh, on everyone I know's life, I swear, they're more than likely lying.
Or they say, trust me.
Yeah, like
shut up,
bullshit like that.
You gotta say it.
Can we Google real quick the photo that she's talking about, guys? Google this chick and then...
Give me just a second. I got to grab something real quick. Just real quick. All right, we're back. This hoe is retarded. I'm just telling y'all that right now. We all know it. But this hoe is retarded. The retardation runs deep in this generation. All right, let's get back into it.
Type in Alex Pereira. You're probably gonna see it right in Google Images.
They're in the street as well.
Yeah, they're in the street. She's wearing like a yellow dress or something like that.
Why would he want to photo with her?
That's what I thought was strange.
I'm like, bitch, who are you?
Yeah, that's why I was like, son's off here.
Man.
It just doesn't make sense. But yeah, we keep going while we pull up that picture.
I know he gets
assistant to ask my friend after he asked to take the pictures. He asked his assistant to ask my friend to have me send the pictures to her, and then she sends it to my assistant because he wanted the pictures, because it was probably a trophy for him. I did not ask for those pictures. That's besides the point. But basically, his assistant sends us an Uber to where we are after the UFC fight and brings us back to the Courtyard Marriott, where we were supposed to be waiting for Alex to get back from an interview, I think he said. And then we were going to go out. He was talking about going to strip clubs and like having a fun night while we were all in New Jersey, New York for the weekend. We wait for like 2 hours for Alex to come while his friend is on the phone talking about like kids with cancer and big money transfers and things that had to do with Alex. And we were like, hey, it's getting kind of late. Like, is Alex coming? Like, what's the plan? Should we just go back home? Because we're kind of tired. Like, if we're going to have plans, can we like get on with it? Because it's already getting very late. At this point, I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. Eventually, Alex comes to the hotel room after the interview that he was at, and he says that he doesn't want to go out. He wants to enjoy the time that he has with the people he's with. Some bullshit like that. And then he takes off his clothes, gets into bed, orders food, and then is trying to get me to get into bed with him. My friend and me and the translator are all sitting on the couch, and he's just sitting in bed staring at me and telling his translator to tell me things and trying to convince me to get into bed with him. I eventually get into bed with him because I was naive.
Yo. Accountability to the highest degree, right? So we're gonna say, all right, you waited 2 hours for this man, right? He gets in bed, wants to eat some food. He's ordering food, right? You got 2 options. You can leave right there and then say, you know what? I'm going home, nigga. You took 2 hours to come. I'm out. Or you can say, you know what? This atmosphere, he's pretty hot. I'm going to bed. Mind you, you got your friend there too as well.
Just so you know, she likes Hispanic guys, by the way. She literally has it on her thing that's her type. Is literally this dude's archetype, by the way.
100%. Like I said, tall, good-looking paws, champion fighter. And obviously, whenever a guy's a fighter, he's an edge because like he has that like danger to like hit somebody and really hurt them, and girls love that type of like danger. Long story short, though, she chose to actually stick going bed with him. It's funny because like she says no, it's great, but we'll continue though.
This is the photo that we're talking
there you go,
about
in the street, yeah.
And this is what she put as the effing predator that likes to grape in the rectum.
And fun fact, she got no ass.
Thanks, Fresh.
No problem, man.
Yeah, thank you for.
Hey, I was in Barbados. There's hella ass there. Oh, by the way, guys, I posted a video of us on the yacht and doing some fun stuff in Barbados on Castle Club only. That vlog is up right now. Go check it out.
It happened. My friend was there with me. I had told her not to leave me at any point. She had told me not to leave her with the assistant at any point. I thought that we were going to be fine. I thought I was going to be able to maybe try and get myself comfortable by getting into bed with him and cuddling with him if there was people in the room. I just have problems of my own. I have trauma. This is not the first time that this has happened to me. I was just naive, I guess.
Let's be honest here, though. Most
I don't know, but I was thinking I
have trauma from either childhood.
Don't know why I got into
recent
bed with
people
him.
that they've been with, but the fact is, her friend was there. She could be like, "Yo, girl, I don't want to be here. Let's leave." Where's the accountability here, bro? But let's continue.
Never is any.
Never. Believe all women. There we go.
My friend was there. So was the assistant. I thought I was going to be fine. He starts touching me down there repeatedly. I keep pushing him off. I keep pushing his hand off. I keep bringing his hand back up to like my waist so that we can just like cuddle, because I'm comfortable with cuddling. I'm not comfortable with putting out with somebody that I don't know. I just met literally for the first time. He's huge, scary, doesn't speak any of my language, and I wasn't comfortable putting out with him because that's just not what I.
He's Brazilian. You should know that. He's a translator. Ta-da! Merry Christmas. You didn't know that? Bro, come on, man. Sorry, my voice is gone, guys, from all shouting, but like, I think she's dumb.
He keeps touching me. I keep pushing him off. Eventually, me and my friend say that we're very tired and we would like to go to sleep. They turn all the lights off. My friend and the assistant get into bed. It's a queen-size bed that they get into. I'm in a queen-size bed right next to it with Alex. Me and my friend are on the inside of the bed looking at each other under the blankets. He keeps pulling the blanket over me, keeps trying to touch me. I feel suffocated. I feel uncomfortable. I don't know what to do. I've pushed him off so many times at this point, and he's not taking the hint. And these men are clearly not caring about my comfortability.
Pause.
Mind you, again.
To be fair, if it's been going on for a long period of time and you're with a girl in bed and she's like not comfortable, just stop. However, here's the other part of this as well. If you're still in bed with a man you want to have sex with, and you feel like this is not good, just leave. Like why stay there and endure that if you don't want it? And then I'm like, hold on, maybe you actually did want it, but you didn't want it to seem easy. But as a result, though, you stayed there and know this is happening. Like if I had a daughter and she went to this guy's house, sweetheart, it's what, late night? You're in bed with him alone. What do you think's gonna happen? You think niggas want to just cuddle? What the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know, bro. What do you think about that? Like,
I'll wait until she finishes her story and I'll give
man, it's just like, bruh.
Go ahead.
Why you stay?
You gotta stay away from them hoes, man.
Just to be clear, also, from walking around New York in heels for like 10.
Bro, would you even smash this? On a slow Tuesday, maybe. But she got no ass, nigga. Just saying.
Why you always say that?
Dude, she doesn't have any. Alright, loading.
Just, I was naive, I guess. I guess you could say I asked for it by getting into bed with him. I didn't know that this was going to happen.
Chama.
I'm pushing him off of me. He won't get off. He eventually pulls my underwear and my pants down to around like halfway on my thighs, and I push him off again. He gets out of bed. He starts screaming and putting his socks and his clothes on. I'm terrified because I don't know what's happening. My pants are around my legs after I told him no and pushed him off, and he's screaming in another language. Me and my friend are looking at each other, hiding under the blankets, like about to start bawling our eyes out. And he starts telling his translator that he doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him and my friend, and that he wants them to leave. His translator and my friend leave the hotel room. His translator and my friend leave the hotel room. He immediately starts trying to take my clothes off. He starts trying to take my socks off. I try to tell him no because I have blisters on my feet from walking around New York in heels for like 10 hours the night before, and I had Band-Aids on my blisters and they were going to get ripped off with my socks. I tried to explain to him, don't take my socks off, please. He didn't understand that. So at that point, I'm like, okay, fuck. I'm in a room with a huge man that doesn't speak English. He's not understanding what I'm saying. He doesn't give a fuck because I pushed him off so many times, and he doesn't care. And he like got up and screamed and scared me into staying in the room with him and making his assistant and my friend leave the room. At this point, I know what's happening. I've been through this before. I know that it's just easiest if I just shut my mouth, do what I have to, put on whatever performance that I have to make it end.
Did she go to the police at all, guys? Or did she just like go on TikTok?
Just TikTok, from what I understand.
That's enough said right there. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, makes no sense, bro. That's wild, bro. But then again, though, like in this scenario here, though, like she could have left multiple times, but she stayed and then performed. So I mean, that says a lot. Go ahead, Bills.
He puts me on top of him so that I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to say on TikTok. He puts me on top of him so that I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but he puts me on top of him so that we're 69ing. I think that it's just going to be like normal. Like he just pressured me into having sex, and he scared me into having sex with him. It's whatever. Like, it's nothing that hasn't happened to me before. Like, I'll just, keep it inside like I usually do and just live with it. He starts using multiple of his fingers, forcefully pushing them into my ass. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this.
Why did you say it like
Everybody's
that?
asking for an explanation, so here it is.
Hold on,
I'm allowed to
listen.
say pushing them into my ass. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not. Everybody's asking for an explanation, so here it is. This is literally just the truth. It's disgusting and embarrassing, and I've tried to make this video so many times, and I keep crying, and I just feel disgusting and humiliated and violated, and I know people are going to laugh at me, and people are going to say that I deserved it and think that it's funny what I'm about to say. You can laugh. It's whatever. And like, I just thought that like this would help me heal by talking about it. He's basically fisting my ass at this point. It hurts really bad, and I'm blacking out and disassociating and like just trying not to be there while it's happening. Before his assistant had left the room, I had told him to please tell Alex that I was very nervous. I don't put out on the first time meeting somebody like that.
I'm sorry. He did what? Wait, he made a fist and put it in the canal? Is what she's saying? She does OnlyFans, right? So I'm assuming she's done things like this in the past before on OnlyFans, right? Or something crazy like that before. I don't know. I didn't watch it. But let's be real though. She's done it before. Maybe not. I'm guessing. Who knows? Let's continue. That's wild though. A fist to the asshole? Damn.
And MMA fighters, bro. Like,
Yo, that nigga hand gotta be huge, bro.
Bro, just think about how
That's just wild, bro. Yo, the whole time Mo, he's been like, Chama!
Welcome!
Real victims, bro? It's not funny for real victims, but let's be real here. Is she telling the truth? Who knows, bro?
I know she lying because she able to sit down.
Mo, she's sitting down. Man.
That's actually a good call.
Man.
Mo said she lying because she able to sit down right now.
that's correct.
Wow.
She's sitting right there.
Yeah, she's sitting down comfortably.
Yeah, man.
It was just one finger too many. She tripping.
Please emphasize to Alex that I'm very nervous. I haven't had sex with a lot of people. I have a lot of sexual trauma. I freeze up in the moment, and I am not able to have sex with people like that when I first meet them. And I told his translator to tell him that.
All right. Mo, put the music on. All right. All right. So I have a tweet about this, and then I'll kind of go into some things I wrote down. Did you have anything you want to say before?
Just one more thing, man. I get it. This isn't a cool experience to have with somebody you don't want to have sex with. Understandable. But for love of me, though, she had multiple times to leave the room. She left multiple times. She didn't leave. He's Portuguese. Sorry, he's Brazilian. Speaks Portuguese. Obviously, he doesn't speak English. So he has the translator, which is his training partner / I guess, like, friend. And you could easily tell the guy, listen, I don't want to be here. I want to leave. I'm calling the cops. Guess what he's going to do? You know what? Hey, you know what? Leave. Get out of here. What did she do? Proceed to stay and then have her friend stay with her, with the assistant or whatever. And I'm like, bro, like, you chose to be there. And then by the first touch, you should be like, you know what? Nah, I'm out of here. Get your ass up and get out. And if I had a daughter like this, right, bro, I'd be like, yo, to be fair, like, you stayed there. What's wrong with you? Like, leave. Like, I'm confused of why you even stood there in the first place when you know, and you do OnlyFans, hey, niggas are horny. They're going to do what they do. Why even be in that situation, in that room? But then again, she's thinking to herself, oh, I can be here, have fun, cuddle, and then just bounce. No, you can't. Because first of all, if that's going to happen, you know what's going to happen, at the end of it. So I think that's her fault for even being there. But would you call that grape? I don't know if I'll call that grape at all. What'd you say?
Pull up my tweet real fast on this. Do you guys have it? I think Noble had put it down. All right, if you really got grape, why didn't you go to the police? Why TikTok? It's ridiculous how women run to social media instead of the authorities when they are victims of a crime. Her need for attention on social media overrides putting a criminal in jail. Let's face the truth. The sex was consensual. You just don't feel regret now and want to bring him down in the process. This is a clear clout grab. And just keep in mind, guys, that this girl is an influencer. She is an OnlyFans person. So there is an incentive there. There is gain by her going to social media to talk about this. I guarantee you that her TikTok has grown from this. I mean, we're reacting to it right now. She's going to get some traction off of that, right? And the thing is, guys, is that, feeling sorry for someone, she's going to get some subscribers off of that, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be some simps out there that are going to feel sorry, or women, or whatever it may be, and they're going to subscribe to her OnlyFans or give her sympathy or engage with her account, and it's going to help her grow. I mean, let's be very honest here, guys. In the influencer world, guys, people engage in very disingenuous practices to grow their accounts. It's a dark reality of social media. I can't tell you guys how many times people pull stunts, people script shit, people have stage actors, etc., to make things happen. It's a big reason why, people have even accused us, like, you guys bring girls on and you kick them out on purpose and it's all acting. And then finally people are kind of caught on, like, oh no, never mind. Even our ops say, no, it's all real. These girls act crazy like this because people couldn't believe it. It's live.
Yeah.
So fortunately, we've never been involved with that shit and we never will. because clicks isn't everything to us. We want to keep things authentic. If things turn out going crazy authentically, great. If they don't, then who gives a shit? We've had a lot of calm panels of smart girls. We've had good discussions. Obviously, those don't go viral because it's boring and higher IQ.
Yeah.
Right. But we've brought plenty of women on that are smart and able to hold conversations. It's just that those aren't as popular.
Like
so with
Isabel.
that said, yeah, idiot. So with that said, you guys got to understand that in the social media world, influencers will do and say anything if it helps them grow. Okay. We live in a very saturated social media market nowadays where people are trying to grow. Keep in mind, guys, after 2020, the usage of YouTube, the usage of TikTok, the usage of social media in general exploded while people were locked in their homes. And it's continued to kind of, people are more used to now being on social media for entertainment than being on mainstream, watching the news, being on watching television. Cable television has declined significantly over the past few years, and people rather go to the internet, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is, for entertainment. So I say all that to say, creators, regardless of platform, have a very strong incentive to create drama, to allow themselves to get attention, to grow. At the end of the day, it's all about the dollar bills, right? Next, I took down some notes as I was listening to her talk about this crap, right? And there's a bunch of things that are interesting, right? So, number one, she waited hours for him. I mean, doesn't that show some type of level of intent where you're waiting hours for somebody? You could have left, you were tired, as you would say a million times, but you stuck around, right? Then she gets into bed with him after she knew he was naked. That's a little weird, right? And her friend is there, and the translator. That's strange, right? And then she could have left at any time. We know this, right? It's not like they locked the door and said, "Oh, you can't go anywhere." Like, what the hell? You have some?
It is not to your point as well. She waited there 2 hours plus, right?
Yeah.
And then she wanted to go out to have fun. He said, "No, we're not going out," but she still stayed and hopped in bed.
Yep.
So to your point, yeah.
And then, I've noticed this a lot too with girls is they'll use the term naive, right? And naive is nothing more than a lack of accountability term. Girls always use that, right? Like, oh, well, I was naive, blah, blah, blah. It's like, here's the thing. There's two schools of thought here, right? It's either women are equal to, because this is what feminism fights for. Feminism fights for women to be equal, right? To have all the same rights and abilities and status as men, right? But with responsibility comes what? Authority. That authority a lot of the times means your agency, and also with that comes accountability. So if you're going to,
that's 100% facts. But we're gonna go ahead and pause it here. We'll pick it back up tomorrow and we'll check out the rest of it. But I mean, we can all see that this bitch is a hoe. She's a whore. She's a clout chasing bitch. Nothing what she's saying is true. So you can tell when she's crying, it's crocodile tears and not real tears. So females have a tendency to use crocodile tears to try and get what the fuck it is that they want. A lot of times with the court of public opinion, it works. Unfortunately, that's why we cannot continue to allow that shit to happen. So with that being said, make sure to share with your friends, your families, members, aunties, grannies, and anybody else who don't know. Now get the fuck out of here.
Hey, with the fun tour, going out here and all this shit all over fucking USA, and I'm done with all this shit. I'm cool off all this fucking talking shit. I got a whole team to represent. I don't want to do none of this. I never did want to do any of it. Fuck this nigga and fuck his team, bro. I'm out. I gotta go. Square up with yourself, motherfucker.